In today's video, I'm going to show you how to decorate mini Valentine trees without using any ornaments. Somehow I ended up with 3 pink trees. I was given one by a friend, I got one from a clearance rack, and one from the dollar store. We're going to start with the one that I got from a clearance rack at the at-home store. I think it was on clearance because it didn't have a base, so it wouldn't stand up on its own. But for the right price, I'm willing to work with anything. And since this was less than $1, I decided, hey, I'll just make my own base real quick. So I grabbed an open wood cube that I got, I think from Joann's, and I took a piece of styrofoam, and ta-da! It's easy as that. Now we have a stand. I definitely want to cover that wood cube, but we're just going to deal with that later and move forward for now. I'm going to take some feather boas, or I should say one feather boa. I have this hot pink one right here, and this is one of my tricks that I do with every tree for every holiday. I take a feather boa and I wrap it around the tree and use it as a filler or somewhat like garland. I don't have another one, but I do have this furry stem that I got from a clearance section at Hobby Lobby a long time ago. And I looked at this and I thought, yeah, that could work. Let's just use that as a garland for this tree. So once I was done with this, I decided that I was going to put some lights on this bigger tree here. Now, I absolutely hate lights. I really do. I hate dealing with lights so much that we're only going to do it for this one tree. And now I'm going to move on to some table scatter. We are going to turn this into some ornaments. If you're wondering what table scatter is, all it is glorified confetti. That's all it is. Except that it is usually bigger pieces and it is usually fit for a certain theme for a birthday party or holiday. So I happen to have these lips that I have had for quite a while and I wanted to use them for something. And I decided, can lips work for Valentine's Day? Sure, lips are for lovers and kisses, right? So we're going to take a hole puncher and we're just going to make a hole in about a dozen of these lips. And once I'm done with that, our ornaments are ready to be hung. Now I'm just going to take one of the tree branches and I'm just going to put it straight through the hole in the lip of this table scatter piece. It's that easy. It is that simple and that fast. Now, momentarily, you are going to see a short 1.5 second scene where I did actually hang some traditional ornaments on this tree. I had completely forgotten that I did because they ended up blending in so well with the tree that I didn't even remember that they were there. So, shh, this doesn't even count, okay, because you can't even see them. Okay, back to the other tree. Now, we are going to use some party favor rings that I got from the dollar store. You might recognize these from last week. We used the hot pink ones on our Valentine wreath, and I saved the red ones specifically for this tree. So I'm going to take a branch and bend it upward to make like a hook or a ring finger, and then just slip the ring on top of that bent branch. See how fast that was? Again, super fast, super easy, and super cheap. So I'm just going to put the remainder of those rings onto this tree. And then I went and grabbed some ribbon and made a bow for the top of the hot pink tree. And I was really considering being done with this tree at this point, and I was looking at it thinking, okay, is that it? Is that enough? Should we leave it alone? It could use a little something extra. So let's take some stickers, specifically these heartfelt stickers from the dollar store, and let's just turn these into some ornaments. I'm just going to peel off the sticky back and stick it to the end of a branch. And voila! We have now turned these stickers into ornaments. I'm just going to use some pink and red ones on this tree, and then I'm going to take some white and red ones and put it on the other tree. Now, once I'm done with this, I really need to address the base of the hot pink tree because that wood that's all exposed, we can't leave that like that. And normally I would paint it, but I'm just not feeling like doing that right now. So instead I'm just gonna take a piece of pink scrap fabric and I'm just gonna wrap it around the base of the tree, making it like a tree skirt to cover that base. And that's gonna be good enough for me. For our final tree, we are going to go for a completely different look and use nothing more than ribbon. This is the smallest tree out of the 3, which is exactly why I decided to choose this method to decorate it. I'm going to take a variety of different styles of ribbon and I'm just going to make bows all over the tree. Unfortunately, my hands seem to be covering most of this process. So to elaborate on what I'm doing, all I did was take the ribbon and wrap it around the tree and tie a bow right in the front. And I continued that all along the spine of the tree with different colors and styles of ribbon. Now I want to clarify how I'm making these bows because a lot of people get very intimidated with the bow making process. And I always say, if you can tie your shoelaces, you can make a bow. When I was little and my dad was teaching me how to tie my shoelaces for the first time, he would say, make 2 bunny ears and then make an X and pull one underneath. Did your parents use the same approach? I never forgot the bunny ears. It's a good visual. Now you just continue to make bows like that from top to bottom until we have the entirety of the tree covered and saturated with ribbon. If I'm being honest, this is probably my favorite out of all 3 trees. I just love the textured and layered look of all of these different styles of ribbon. It's so simple. It has no ornaments, yet it doesn't even need any. Now our final step is making our tree toppers. And I can't think of a more fun or exciting thing to use as a tree topper other than a toy. I love decorating with toys. They just give me all the warm and fuzzy feels. Here I have a vintage Cabbage Patch doll figurine. For the biggest tree, I used an Iron Man action figure from the dollar store. And then for the final tree, I used a My Little Pony toy from the dollar store. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. I have a feeling that Iron Man is going to be the winner that takes all. I hope this video gave you some creative inspiration for different or unique ways that you can decorate any miniature tree for any holiday. Thank you so much for watching.